there are some test matches that just refuse to follow the script. They start off looking completely ordinary, then they wander into a state of sheer desperation, and finally, they end up somewhere between a miracle and just pure, stubborn refusal to lose. This was one of those matches. This was the final day of the Christchurch Test, where Justin Greaves played one of the most incredible innings you will ever see. He finished on 202 not out. It was an innings that started as a rescue mission, but ended as an act of defiance. The West Indies, who were asked to chase an impossible 530 runs, or simply survive for 2 whole days, managed to draw a test match that, by any logic, they should have lost long, long ago. Let's look at the numbers for a second. Greaves and the number 8 batsman, Roach, stood together at the crease, undefeated, for 409 balls. That's a 108-run partnership of pure defiance. It's a record for the 7th wicket, breaking a 35-year-old record set by Sachin Tendulkar and Manoj Prabhakar. The West Indies batted for 163.3 overs in this final innings, their longest 4th innings since way back in 1930. Their final score of 457 for 6 was the highest 4th innings total ever in a time-bound test. Greaves himself was out there for 564 minutes, facing 388 balls, and before that, he had a massive 196-run partnership with Shai Hope, who scored a brilliant 140 while battling a painful eye infection. But numbers can't truly capture the feeling of this final day. They can't describe how improbability slowly turned into possibility. And then, for a brief, wild moment, it felt like something even crazier might happen. At one point, with 132 runs needed from 33 overs, you started to think, could they? Could they actually chase this down? But Greaves and Roach chose sense over spectacle. They dug in, dropped anchor, and just batted New Zealand into a state of complete exhaustion. And by that stage, Tom Latham's New Zealand side was absolutely cooked. 2 full days of toiling in the field will do that to you. Losing 2 of your main fast bowlers, Matt Henry and Nathan Smith, to injury will definitely do that. And burning all 3 of your reviews before the final session even starts. That will absolutely do that. All they could do was appeal and hope. Appeal and watch the umpire shake his head, and then appeal again because what else was there to do? On any other day, with a review or 2 left, this would have been a different story. Michael Bracewell created 2 huge chances against Roach in that final session, a clear LBW and a caught behind with DRs. One of those would have been out, the tail would have been exposed and New Zealand would have won. But this day was about fortune meeting sheer guts. Both teams had plenty of guts. Bracewell bowled 55 overs of off-spin on a 5th-day pitch that wasn't helping him much. The 2 remaining Kiwi seamers bowled 76 overs between them and still had something left for the 3rd new ball. But on this day, the West Indies just had more of the fortune. It certainly didn't feel that way at the start of the day. 90 overs seemed like an eternity. But Hope and Greaves saw off the first hour, adding 55 runs. It was the kind of batting that makes you think, maybe, ... But then, just after drinks, the maybe disappeared. A short ball from Jacob Duffy finally got Hope, who pulled it straight to the keeper after 239 balls of intense concentration. Soon after, another wicket fell, and suddenly the West Indies were in deep, deep trouble. still needing 253 runs, with only 4 wickets left. Greaves was stuck on 97, just 3 runs short of a century. He got there right after lunch, but the rescue mission was far from over. What followed was just pure drama. New Zealand burned a review on an LBW appeal against Roach that pitched outside leg. They dropped Roach twice, on 30 and then on 47. Both were costly mistakes. As the partnership grew, you could see New Zealand's body language change. Shoulders sagged, the fielding got sloppy. It was the wariness of knowing you've done everything right, except the one thing that truly matters. That final session should have been New Zealand's Roach. On 53, after getting his first ever Test 50 in a 16-year career, was beaten by a turning ball. The umpire said, "Not out." New Zealand would have won the review, but they had none left. On the very same score, Roach then feathered an edge to the keeper. Again, not given. And again, no reviews. He stayed on 53 for 72 straight balls, just blocking everything. New Zealand tried to isolate him, but Roach wasn't playing like a tailender. He was playing like an 85 Test veteran who knew exactly what this moment meant. In the final 10 overs, Greaves started cramping up as he neared his double hundred. The tension and the effort were finally taking their toll. With the West Indian wind off the table, New Zealand swarmed the bat, but it didn't matter. The opposition simply refused to budge. A Test match in New Zealand ended in a draw for the first time since 2020, all thanks to one of the most spectacular, defiant, and unforgettable days of cricket we have ever seen. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you love stories like this, don't forget to like and subscribe for more incredible moments from the world of sports. See you next time.